Hi everybody, Gary Williams here for Toolbarn.com's Barn Banter, and this is kind of a special day for us. It's been 1 year since we started doing Barn Banter, and this is also our 30th episode, so our producer Steve thought it would be fun to kind of revisit some of the clips over the past year, some things that I haven't seen. I don't know what they are actually going to show you today. I have no idea. I'm going to see it at the same time you do when it goes up on YouTube, so I guess we can only hold our breath and hope for the best, but do you remember the movie Alien? I think it looks a little bit like that. You might also remember the old TV show Lost in Space. The robot, Robbie the robot, he had hands almost just like this. He didn't have that part, but he had the, he had the claw hands. Don't you just love cutting, hanging, and finishing drywall? Is going to show you a system or a device that will give you X-ray vision just like Superman's. You know, if Batman would have had these, he would not have needed his utility belt because you can put all kinds of things in these things. So that's an Anaconda Eclair. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Hold on, let me check something. No, not an Anaconda Eclair, it's an Adirondack chair. That's totally different. So stick around, you'll enjoy seeing that, I'm sure. And while I'm thinking about it, check out the backyard for snakes, will you? You know, these are just a nice option, especially for our friends in Texas or other states like Ohio or Michigan or Iowa or... I don't know where he was coming from. I happen to disagree with him. I think a good wet dry vacuum is essential for any workshop. The guy obviously never had to clean up a workspace. You know, I'm not sure where he would have plugged it in anyway back then. Well, there is technically no real Class 4, but I would say if you're in a Class 4 type of area, that's where you would want to wrap reflective tape all over your body. Well, you could almost drive this thing to work, I'll tell you what, it's that big. But invite us along to the tailgate. I like hot dogs and hamburgers medium, if that's okay. Take these two puppies and you can put them together with duct tape. I'll tell you, it's really easy to do that. And you'll have yourself a combination tool that will last you for 20, 30 seconds, depending on if you're actually using it or not. Who wants to do math when you're building stuff, though? I mean,
exactly.
Well, that's kind of the definition of an accident. Something happens that you don't expect. One of the things that we like to do on Toolbarn.com's Barn Banter is show you some cool and new, innovative new tools and give you an introduction at least to some of the technology that's out there because, you know, the right tools make the jobs go easier and they save time, and as we all know, time is money, right? Time is money. So we're going to show you some clips that come from a section, we're going to call it Cool Tools. And again, I haven't seen these, so we'll experience it together, okay? This is the Makita MM4 power cutter, and very significantly, it's the world's first power cutter driven by a four-stroke engine. Very tight places, things that you normally can't get your eyes on, these things can, and they have various lengths of snakes that you can use to get those images that you need to get. It'll make up to 400 press connections on one battery charge, which is really pretty nice. I'll tell you one other cool feature about this thing is that it can run off AC current if you should run out of battery juice, which is not very likely, but if it does, you can run it off AC with an adapter. Now, what this uses is called an axial glide system. It's made of aluminum and it's got sealed ball bearings. Do you know what's even cooler than red lasers? Green lasers. Green lasers are more visible than red lasers and they're really practical. This is the new flathead angle grinder from Metabo, and there are some improvements in this angle grinder that you might not find on other models. It's like 5 pry bars in one. It's got 5 extra long teeth to help you dig under those shingles. This thing makes nice, straight, clean, quick cuts in metal. It's got a sightline window so that you can kind of see a little bit better what you're working with. There's one-handed operation, and this is great for working in tight spaces overhead. You know, it's very lightweight, very well balanced. 51 pounds of impact energy. That's the best in its class. But this thing will slide in and lock at various depths, so you can get a little more leverage if you need it.
People obviously love options. We wanted to give people those options for a number of reasons.
Because of its strength, is that it holds its edge, it retains its sharpness better, and it doesn't break, and you know, laugh on.
We got the first cordless framing nailer on the market. Big advantage to this is you can leave your compressor behind.
It has almost exactly the same kind of a grip. Very comfortable. Very comfortable to use and to hold. This thing has also got cruise control. One thing that I hear a lot from the people at Toolbarn is that I tend to get a little carried away with puns. And I don't think that's really true. I don't think I overuse puns. In fact, the only time that I really try to use puns is when I think it's necessary to hammer home a point, or when I just don't want you guys to get bored. So I try to use a little restraint when it comes to puns, but look at these next few clips and tell me what you think. What's up with generators? Get it? What's up with generators? Hey, anything in the Zolls category is good for y'all.
Like it's doing now.
Spirit levels have nothing to do with pep rallies.
No pep rallies or ghosts.
Oh, okay, different things, okay.
Yes.
So we're just gonna plunge right ahead, and I'm gonna try to get this thing underway before it all goes down the drain and we wind up in hot water. I'm so sorry, I couldn't help myself. You know, for most people, abrasives mean sandpaper, and maybe abrasiveness means the next door neighbor or something. But we're going to put a nail in this part of the discussion right now. Put a nail in it. I didn't actually mean to say that, but we're going to put a nail in it. It must be I'm just used to it now. In fact, this thing is so cool that if Colonel Sanders had thought of it before he invented fried chicken, he would have invented this drywall sander. Get it? Sander. I mean, it's named for the guy, right? It would. I'm sorry. All right, let's just move along. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay. You know, our studio is not exactly huge, and that makes it somewhat challenging sometimes when we have large or unwieldy tools that we're trying to get into a shot or into the frame. You know, we kind of have to maneuver these things around a little bit, and I do what I can just to give you an idea. I'm not quite sure how to show this one, for example, but you know, it makes it just a little bit of a challenge. Well, check these clips out, see if you think that's true. 60 minutes of operating time with the string trimmer, then about 30 minutes of operating time with the motor is in the head of the thing, right where the string is, and it's very quiet. I mean, that thing just hums. This thing is, it's got a curved nozzle, and that's pretty convenient. This thing that looked kind of like a metal detector, this is actually, don't go off half cocked, stay with us. Stay with us, if you dare. This show is really a lot of fun to do, and I have to say I have learned a few things over the past 12 months, and one of the things I've learned is that you know, one of our most faithful viewers is Steve's mom, really, so she watches a lot, and we appreciate that, and all the other relatives and family and friends. But seriously, a lot of you do watch, and we do get comments, and we do truly appreciate you taking a look at what we're doing here. Your hair is all wet, and your blow dryer just burned up. Well, look, I can't really help you right now. I'm kind of right in the middle of Wait a second. This program is entirely produced in America, believe it or not, despite all the special effects you may see and all the elaborate sets. Topic for today's episode, gun show. And I'm not talking about these puppies, This one, actually, I've tried to kind of keep it a little bit untangled here and there in the studio, but I didn't do a very good job with that. But the nice thing is, it gets you out of the backyard and gets you into a different kind of grassy situation, maybe a fairway. At least that's kind of what I'm looking for. The only thing that could make this whole deal better would be as if it came with somebody to actually do the work for you.
Hey,
you know that.
Hey Gary, what you got there?
Hey Tim, my neighbor Tim. It's a pressure washer, Tim. I'm just testing it out for Barn Banter.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, give it a shot. But I tell you what, don't do all of it, okay? Save some for me.
I'll just
all
do
right?
a couple boards.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll let you know.
All right.
I'll bet you can't see me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take care of that. I know what's wrong. Hold on. Okay, all right, I'm getting ready now. Okay, look. Now it's manageable, and even the wimpiest monsters in those horror shows that you see could wave this thing over its head and chase you down the street, assuming it had a really long extension cord, so that might be what would save you. But for this last segment, we sat around and we brainstormed some ideas about how do we make caulk guns interesting. And we talked a little bit about zombies because, well, our minds wander, but zombies are fun. And we thought, what if we combine zombies with caulk guns, and we call it the caulking dead? Potential, right? But then we decided, nah, that'd be stupid. I'm going to close this anniversary episode with a quote that I think really fits what we're trying to do here. And it's from a movie, I think you'll recognize it when you hear it, but the quote goes something like, "With great power tools comes great responsibility." I'm sure that that quote goes like that. It's really close to that anyway. I think it was from the first Spider-Man movie, "With great power tools come." Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, and it really fits what we're doing here. So really, in all seriousness, thanks for joining us. Those of you that come back every episode and take a look at what we're doing, we do appreciate it. We have fun. We hope that you enjoy it, and we hope that you'll continue to follow us for the next year and however many years we're here. So thanks.